Hi, Dave, Merton. Right. Okay. So you are going to tell me about Northern Source. I'm really excited to speak to you today because I love your content. We met on LinkedIn and instantly kind of got on because we've got a lot of the same brand values and mission to make really brilliant websites. So I loved speaking to you the last time. So I'm really pleased that you're here. So yeah, tell us how's Northern Source doing? Tell us about what's going on for you.
Yeah, so first of all, thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure to speak to you. So yeah, Northern Source has been up and running since March this year. So I started Northern Source basically and left the agency that I was working for full time. So just a little bit of a backstory before that. I've had all sorts of different types of careers. I've been in sales, recruitment, customer service, selling Kirby vacuum cleaners on door to door, everything other than digital marketing, websites, web design, that kind of stuff. I fell into web design and web development just by chance, basically. Me and my wife started a business up, an e-commerce business, thinking we'd become millionaires overnight. Which obviously didn't happen. So I started thinking about building websites and designing sites and this, that, and the other. And then figured out that was my actual passion in life. I could literally sit there for 24 hours a day, just tapping away on the computer and building websites and doing that kind of stuff. So I got a lucky break with an agency based in Lincoln about 5 years ago. They liked me. I had no experience whatsoever. They liked who I was. They could see that I was passionate about it, and they took me on. And then moved from there to a different agency. Learn an absolute ton of stuff. Obviously, how to actually be a web developer as opposed to pretending to be one. And then got the experience, and then just basically took the leap and started my own business back in March. So running my own business has been something I've always wanted to do. I don't particularly like taking orders from people or working for the man, so to speak. So I thought I'd become that person and start my own business, and that's Northern Source. So yeah, that's basically the story. That's where I am now. In terms of how things are going, the business is building month by month. I started sort of working for friends and family members to start with, just doing little bits here and there. Built up a little bit of a client base. And then, yeah, once I got confident in terms of the skills that I had in web development and digital marketing, that kind of stuff, obviously thought, stuff it, and now's the time to take the leap and start the business. So, and it's just building and building, and it's going in the right direction, which is good. Getting new clients on.
What services do you offer? Because I know you offer a lot more than just web design, don't you?
Yeah, so my primary stuff is actual web development. So most of the design stuff now, I kind of work with external contractors and whatnot. And then in terms of the digital marketing side of things, so obviously SEO, social media, starting to get more into content writing, hence the reason why I started the 365-day challenge, and spoke to yourself as well. Because I'm not a content writer by trade by any stretch of the imagination. But yeah, so web development's my main thing. Building WordPress websites, bespoke, completely bespoke themes, e-commerce websites, that kind of stuff. But then yeah, now moving into the actual digital marketing side of things. So the websites that I'm actually producing for people are then able to be found. It's fine having a lovely looking website, but if nobody can find it, it's absolutely pointless. So my focus now is moving more towards the digital marketing side of things now.
I remember the last time we spoke, you were telling me about, your core brand values and your mission and really where you going in your business, and there was this real northern element to it. Tell me about that again.
Yeah, so if you can tell by my accent, I'm obviously a northerner. So I'm from Wakefield originally. I do live in Grimsby now, but so my sort of main focus would be to work with businesses based in the north, which 99% of my clients are based in the north of England. I think the reason for that is obviously I get on with people from the north. You know, northerners are stick together kind of thing. It's just one of those things. We get on well.
We're all right, aren't we?
Yeah, we're not too bad as northern folk. So yeah, it's just about, I think, especially in sort of the digital sort of side of things sector, a lot of stuff gets taken down south. You know, you're dealing with sort of companies not based in the north and whatnot. Not to say that's a bad thing, but obviously prices do go up quite substantially as you move further south. So bringing this kind of stuff back up north to me is very important. There is a massive community. Obviously, there's a lot of agencies doing the same sort of thing based in the north. But yeah, it's my main focus is working on the north. Hopefully, to start making a difference in area in the region and whatnot for businesses that are potentially struggling or looking to start new things, and then build a better north, because we get left behind a little bit up these neck of the woods, don't we? So it's yeah, if we can bring some more stuff to the economy up this way, then that'd be grand.
Yeah, I really like that. And I really like that you've got such a solid brand. I love your brand, and it's really nice to hear you talk so passionately about the north as well.
Yeah, we are very passionate as northerners, aren't we?
And I'm more northern than you. I'm further north anyway.
This is where the I'm better than you comes up, doesn't it? I'm more north than you, and it's like
I'm proper northeast.
Proper northern, yeah.
So how's your posting content every day? So I know you're doing like is it 365 days of content? So how is that going? What's the challenge of do you write the content every day for that?
So I've been doing a bit of a mix. So when I first decided on doing the challenge, I scheduled a couple of weeks worth of content and used Buffer to do that. So I've got a load of content ideas put together, and then obviously wrote the content and then scheduled it in. I'm now starting to do stuff sort of day by day, mainly because Buffer doesn't allow you to use some of the features that LinkedIn has in terms of doing the document carousels, which obviously get a lot more engagement. So yeah, I am sort of posting them manually, but I've got a bank of content sort of ideas, and then got a lot of that drafted up. So I've got a good couple of months of content ideas there already. So part of the plan was obviously, it's over a long stretch of time, was to be as prepared as possible, basically. So I'm not sat without any content. I'm probably about 4 weeks in now. I am struggling already, I've got to admit. It's to actually turn the ideas into something that's worth actually writing about. Because obviously I don't want to be putting content out there that's boring or sort of the same old type of thing. I wanted to try and keep it as unique as possible and based on sort of themes. So I was kind of thinking about a theme each month. So I've started off with kind of goals as the first theme, and then kind of moving into mindset and this, that, and the other. But yeah, it's a work in progress. Before this, I've never even posted to LinkedIn. I've never really used LinkedIn that much before. But yeah, now moving it also on stuff like posting on TikTok, creating video content as well, which is absolutely unheard of for me. I hate being in front of the camera. But again, that was more to do with my personal development in terms of pushing myself out of the comfort zone, trying some new things, and just thinking stuff it to all the crap that goes on in my head sometimes about what people think or this, that, and the other. So it's it's the whole point of the challenge is for personal reasons more than anything. Just try new things, learn new things, and push out of comfort zone. So
yeah, and you can use LinkedIn. Sorry, I'm just turning my radiator back on because I'm freezing. You can use LinkedIn and talk to your target audience and get ideas from them as well. Yeah. So like just keep throwing ideas out all the time. When I first started using LinkedIn properly was like in 2019, and I was just throwing a lot of ideas out and seeing what people were interested in, and constantly like testing and talking to my audience all the time, asking them questions, things like about what kind of content, all sorts of things. You've always got to take it with a pinch of salt, because the people who answer might not be your target audience and stuff. But I think like polls are really good for that as well. You can kind of really pinpoint your target audience and your ideal client very, very well by using polls to kind of separate people into different camps and stuff. So
yeah, I did try a poll post, and that actually got quite a lot of engagement on it, which was quite interesting. I've not done one since, but yeah, it was good. But I think for me, it's about now building up the right audience on LinkedIn. So I've kind of started off by connecting with people within my industry, mainly just for seeing how they're going about posting content, and kind of using that sort of strategy. So what are they doing that's working? How often are they posting? Who are they posting? So this, that, and the other. So I think my focus now for the next few weeks is to actually start building up the core audience of people who are going to be interested in what I offer. But then tying the content that I'm writing into the services that I offer, that's come from what I have found since I've done the challenges. There's been that much help that's been thrown my way without any sort of expectation on their behalf of getting anything in return. It's just people just literally private messaging saying your content's good. Have you thought about doing this, or have you thought about trying this method or that? And it's just been the response has been phenomenal in terms of the support and the help that's out there. And people are just literally so willing to help without any expectation whatsoever of anything in return. So that's been brilliant to see. And I've got so much knowledge from stuff that the people have just passed on to me. That obviously I need to just start putting into practice now. So
I think LinkedIn's just a brilliant place. I really, really do. And yes, occasionally you get somebody kind of hook on, they must see your content over and over again, and they start to comment, and it can wear you down. So sometimes I think my block list is actually quite big, and I'm a real believer that you can do anything that suits you. So I wouldn't tell anybody to do anything like if someone's annoying me, then I just block them, and then I don't have to think about it. Somebody else might think that you should have people on your post disagreeing, because it does boost visibility. But I just think each to their own. So my block list's quite big. People just annoy, but I want to go on to LinkedIn and have a nice time. And so I just block people if they're not creating a nice atmosphere for us, and then I don't have to think about them again.
I suppose that comes with the number of people that follow you as well. I mean, I'm not that many followers as of yet, so I haven't come across the block list, but
it comes with speaking your mind as well. Like, you share an opinion and then people disagree. Now, obviously, it's good to listen to those comments, because it can shape your message more. Like if you share an opinion about your business and somebody disagrees, that's absolutely fine. I think it's just when people do it repeatedly and in an annoying way, then like it's good to listen, it's to a certain degree, but if it's affecting my mental health, then I'll just block them, because like I haven't got time for that. But I think generally I'm talking about such a minority. Like
most people on LinkedIn it's just fantastic for.
It really is. I just love it over any other social media platform. Like
most people are just willing to help, and most people I gather on LinkedIn are probably all on the same sort of journey in terms of what they're looking to achieve. It's business related. So yeah, I mean, like I've just touched on in terms of just people private messaging with help and stuff. I think everyone's there to kind of help each other and support each other as much as possible. And yeah, LinkedIn just fantastic.
Yeah. Did you mention just earlier before I hit record that you'd been sharing videos on LinkedIn?
Yeah.
See, I haven't seen any. It's crazy because I always like your stuff and comment on your stuff, but I still don't see everything. And I think that this really shows a lot how it's okay to keep sharing the same message over and over and over again, because people only see a very small proportion of the content. So like I have a mix of evergreen content that's in a evergreen scheduler that just goes out on repeat, and then I'll pick up my phone randomly and just write random posts in amongst that. But it does show that even if you try to get somebody's content in your feed, you still don't see.
Yeah, the algorithm's obviously playing a big part in that.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously the more you comment and engage on people's content, then the more you see it, but it's you still miss bits.
Yeah, like I said to you before you started recording, I'm not looking at the vanity metrics in terms of, you know, followers or people commenting and stuff. It's nice. That it is a nice thing to obviously see people, but like I said to you before, my thing is mostly personal, just for me, pushing out of the comfort zone and trying something new. And if something I post out helps one person or makes them think a little bit differently, or, you know, start something new or this, that, and the other, then that's perfect for me. So,
what are you doing on TikTok then? What kind of videos are you doing? I'll have to follow you.
So TikTok was literally just the be all and end all of me really pushing myself out of comfort zone. So, you know, I'm not down with the kids. I'm not a cool person, you know what I mean? So it was just right, let's get on TikTok, let's see what happens. The engagement on there has been pretty good, to be fair. Getting quite a lot of people that are sort of saving the post, liking the posts, commenting and this, that, and the other, but just little messages, things that are sort of popping up in my head. I'm trying to tie it in with what I'm doing on LinkedIn as well. But yeah, it's just a different platform to try, something new to try. I
love TikTok. I really do. It's like
TikTok for me is, to be fair, I think it's massively underutilized. I use TikTok now for more as a search engine. So I had a bit, just this morning was a bit of an example. I had a bit of a tension headache, so I've just put tension headache relief into TikTok. There's hundreds of videos on there showing you how to relieve it, and it sorted me right out. So rather than going to Google now, sometimes I'll just go to TikTok and the information's there. So
I do the same. Like for my business, LinkedIn hands down is my favorite platform. I hate Facebook. I don't hate Instagram. That's not fair. It's fine. It's just not for me. And TikTok is my 100% preferred social media for like outside of my business. I don't use it for business at all. And I don't post anything. I just like I'm on there all the time as like. I just like it. It's just really good. It's just like really niche accounts do really well. I mean, crazy niche. It's like takes niche to another level. Like there's one I was just on it earlier, and there was an account just putting lipstick on. The whole feed was just somebody with really nice lips putting lipstick on.
I'll have to try that one for myself.
But that's like I love a niche account, you know, like I'm really passionate, because that's finding my niche is what changed my business.
You would actually do really well on TikTok. And you've actually said you don't use TikTok for your business, but a lot of the stuff that I find I don't go on TikTok to watch stupid cat videos or, you know, people being silly. I do watch those bits, but
I was going to say I used to, because I do.
Most of the things that I've got saved and that I follow are things about digital marketing, web development. And there's some amazing accounts on there, and the amount of stuff I've learned from that, or stuff that sparked ideas for me to then try, is phenomenal. So I actually do use it massively as a business tool for me, personal development and business development as well, because there is that much good information out there, and it doesn't take hours to look through it. It's just really quick, snappy videos, gives you the information you need, and you've got the stuff there. So
I completely agree that I think I would do well on there, but I just don't have the capacity to start something new at the moment. So I don't want to spread myself too thin. But I totally agree, and I think it's brilliant. I don't look at any business related stuff. I'm like a right weirdo. I look at like women in the gym doing gym exercises and stuff like that. Like it's in food, like potato recipes and stuff. Like
air fryer recipes.
Yeah, that's and obviously funny cat videos. but I think it's a great platform. And have you heard about that new one, Be Real or something? That's the new one that all the kids are going to this be real. I think the idea behind it, I tried to get it, but my phone won't let us get it. But the reason I tried to get it is because I've got a 12-year-old daughter, so I wanted to suss it out because she wanted it, and that's what I did. That's what I've done. That's the reason I went on TikTok in the first place, because I wanted to suss out what it was before I let my daughter have it. So this Be Real, you basically just take photos of yourself in the moment. It's all in the moment, and it's about being real, and I think that's like the way social media seems to be heading a lot, and it has done for a few years now, is going down the real being less fake Instagram and more about the real life stuff.
Yeah, definitely, which is always a good thing, isn't it? If people are authentic as opposed to this fake crap that people put out there.
I think so.
Yeah, definitely. Because I mean, everyone's guilty of comparing themselves to everybody else, when really the only person you should be comparing yourself is yourself yesterday. But we're all guilty of it. Obviously, you look on social media and you think, oh, they're doing really well, or look at how beautiful they are, this, that, and the other. So yeah, anything along them lines where people are more authentic and actually saying what's real instead of a load of crap, it's only going to be positive, isn't it? So.
Well, I think so, because it's funny, like the generation difference, because my daughter, I mean, she doesn't do it so much now. It was more like a year or two ago when she first went on TikTok, but she would not care about, she'd take a video and not care about what was in the background, and I'd be there going, you can't post that, it's got mess in the background. And it's obviously that's my generation, isn't it? Like worrying about like making the perfect picture. So yeah, no, but I definitely think that it's only a good thing to not care about the mess in the background. It's hard for my brain to get my head around that. I'm like, make it look like I'm sitting here now and I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4 cups there.
Which, and to be fair, the authenticity is one of the things that drew me to follow your account. Like I mentioned on that first call we had, I'd been sort of connected with you for quite a while on LinkedIn, before we'd even spoke. But what I liked about your content was obviously just the authenticity of it. Obviously, you tell your story quite regular about how you've got to where you are, which is, it's brilliant. Obviously, for somebody who's also on that sort of same journey, you know, they've done one thing and now they've completely changed and gone to another thing, and doing something that they're passionate about. You know, it's inspiring. So.
Authenticity is absolutely the key, and you know that poor word, it's just a word, authenticity, but it's been hammered by so much negativity. It's like almost like you can't use the word authenticity anymore. But in reality, that is what it's all about, being as authentic as possible. And the more authentic you are, the more backlash you'll get on a platform like LinkedIn, because there's people who don't agree with you, and that's fine. Like it's getting your head around the fact that it's actually okay for people to disagree with you, and you can block them, or you can be polite to them, or you can have an argument with them, and there's no rules really. It's like you just do whatever you want to do. Like there's a lot of like, on LinkedIn especially, there's a lot of like, it should be done like this, and it should be done like that, and it should be done like this. But really, you've got to just find your own path with it.
Yeah, which I've found, like I touched on earlier, I've been following people within my, sort of industry and whatnot, seeing what they're doing, and everyone's got their own different spin on it. So there's quite a lot of posts quite regularly. This is how you grow your LinkedIn followers, or this is how you get better engagement. But everyone's got their own different thing that's worked. But yeah, I think authenticity will always ring true, to be fair, and people will see through you if you're kind of putting a bit of a front on or whatever. So that's my game. Like I say, just being me, really, just saying what I think. If people have got a problem with that, that's their opinion. I'm open to a conversation about it. I'm open to other people's opinions and whatnot. That's not an issue for me. So, and there's always learnings. If somebody's got a completely different opinion to you, there could be somewhere in between where there's something that'll make you think differently. Or
absolutely. I think that's so important to be able to speak to get other people, get feedback from people who don't agree, so that you can then strengthen your argument. That's the way I see it, because you can strengthen, you realize there might be holes in your argument, so you have to kind of think, or actually, and do a bit more research into your own thinking.
People who are just stuck on their own specific opinion and don't even have a care in the world for anybody else's opinion, just stay in the same place. Obviously, if you start listening to other people's opinions and not taking it negatively, but use it as feedback, or to open your own mind up, then it helps you move forward, I think. So
who do you want to help? Like, what kind of businesses do you really love helping?
So my main focus is on small to medium sized businesses. So working with the smaller size businesses as opposed to big sort of corporates. Couple of things on that really is basically the first thing is, obviously I'm a one-man band. I do have a team of people that I work with in terms of external contractors, but so I wouldn't have the capacity myself to work with bigger clients. I have worked with bigger clients before at agencies, and they're on your case all the time. And you need a big team around you constantly there to manage that. But then in terms of working with smaller businesses, obviously I'm a small business myself. So I know what the challenges are of running a small business and whatnot. So if I can help those kind of businesses out in terms of offering a really good service, but a lot cheaper than what you'd pay a standard agency, that's brilliant. Plus, my other side of it as well, in my sort of tack with using external contractors, is to build a team of really great freelancers. Hopefully freelancers that are based in the north, which at the moment they are, but then to help them along. So if I can then obviously start giving them regular work that they enjoy doing, but at a better price than what they'd be potentially getting from either their own clients or by going on Upwork or freelancer websites, then that's good as well. And then I also want to help other people that have potentially been in my position, where they've been in maybe one type of career, and they're thinking, I don't like the career I'm in. I fancy doing something like web design or web development, and helping those people to actually take the jump, learn the skills, and then get into the first jobs or start their own businesses, similar to what I've done.
So when it comes to websites and online presence and stuff, what kind of problems do your ideal clients come to you with? Have they had possibly a website in the past that hasn't worked? What kind of stage are they at?
Yeah, so most of the clients so far have been new businesses. So it's been a complete design from the ground up, and then obviously the website build, and then the marketing ongoing to actually get it found. But yeah, I have got another couple of clients that have had existing websites before, where they've been with web developers who have left them, or the relationship's broken down over time, and the website's just not performing as they expect it to. So yeah, they're the type of clients that I've worked with so far, and the issues that they've had is either not having a website at all, not knowing how to obviously get set up and running with a website, or they've had an existing website that's not necessarily been performing that well. maybe looks a bit outdated, not easy to update, that kind of stuff. And then I've obviously come in and replaced that with an up-to-date WordPress website with a nice new design and a lot easier to use on their behalf. So
yeah, so it's going to be, it's the hassle-free, isn't it? Because there's a lot of hassle that comes with websites. So it's just trying to, you know, make the process as easy as possible.
People don't realise it either. I spoke to a potential new client the other day, and when I'd gone through the steps involved to actually getting what he wanted, which he just said, I want a new website. And then I went down and said, you know, you need to think about the branding strategy, the marketing strategy. You need to think about the design, the actual development, then the ongoing marketing. And he just looked shocked. He was like, I can't believe how much this actually goes into it. I just wanted a website. And I was like, well, yeah, I can just give you a website, but no one's going to find it. And then you're going to be coming back to me 6 months later saying nothing's happening. So I think a lot of people, especially smaller businesses, they'll come to me and say, I want a new website. And it's like, well, why do you want a new website? What's the reason why you want a new website? And it's just obviously getting into the nitty gritty in terms of that, and then going through the process in terms of this is what actually goes into building a website, and showing them, obviously, it's not just a case of a 2-minute job to build a site and get it live, and you're going to be a millionaire the next day, like what me and Natalie, my wife, thought was going to happen.
That's such a common thing. Like, I'm pretty sure every new web designer has thought the same. I certainly have had loads of different business ideas and stuff. And what you said at the beginning there about how you had lots of different business ideas, but then it was you realized it was the web design that you were really passionate about. And that's what I was like, definitely. Yeah. Like, I had, you know, I was in the very early days, I was building websites for like friends and family and doing really like really cheap websites and stuff like that. And then I realized, like, this is what I'm actually interested in. This is the path that I'm going to niche down.
Yeah.
It's very common story, but
yeah, it's just it is a common theme, I think, with people not realizing what actually goes into a website. And then I think you put a post out a few days ago actually about people building websites on Wix and whatnot, which people can do it, and people do build absolutely amazing stuff on those type of platforms. But Joe Blogs on the street who thinks I want to build a website for my business, you know, they think it's a 2-second job, drag and drop onto the page, and that's it. But there's so much more goes into it. And there's so much more after that as well that needs to go into it to get it found and actually be viable to work.
The problem with Wix and other builders is that they're almost too easy. Yeah. They're so easy that people think, and they can't, people actually can build a website, but it's just that they don't understand all the stuff that is needed, the branding and the photography and the copy and the messaging and all that, the SEO and all that. So yeah, it's almost like too easy.
Yeah.
It's like giving somebody like me a pair of really fancy hairdressing scissors, like the best hairdressing scissors ever, and expected us to be able to style someone's hair. I think that would be a disaster.
Yeah, I think it's down to the marketing. Obviously, they're good at what they do in terms of marketing to the people that they're after. And I suppose it's good for people like us anyway, because usually what will happen is people will come to us 12 months down the line and say, I built this website on Wix, it's crap, and I need something better. So, which, you know, it's good for people like us, I guess. So.
And it really, just to say as well, it really isn't about the platform, it's about the person. Because I work with amazing Wix designers who are, you know, the websites are just top quality. A lot of thought on branding's gone into it. Obviously the copy, because the thing, and the end result is absolutely super. It's just because they have all the skills to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm very like neutral on platform. I think that there's different platforms to different businesses, and
absolutely, yeah. it's not something to be scared of, all these things. Like I say, I see it as a positive, like I say, because a lot of people will try it themselves and then realise, you know, they can't build it themselves. You know, and then on the flip side of that, it's good for the people that do actually make businesses out of it and can build really, really amazing things on those platforms. So I don't see it as something to be scared of. It's good all around, I think.
Yeah, well, I've had such a lovely time chatting with you. It's been brilliant, really good. Covered a lot. We have covered a lot.
Yeah, no, it's been great speaking to you. Thank you for inviting me on.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'll drop your links when I share this to YouTube. I will drop your links below.
Yeah.
And if anybody wants to contact you and find out more or follow you on LinkedIn, I will make sure that there's a link to link your LinkedIn profile. But thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much too.
Right, I will hit